Welcome back to another episode of Hardcore in the Desert. In today's video, there was a lot of stuff that happened. All right, so let's break it down. The first thing that I decided that I wanted to figure out was how to make my grass greener. I had grass that was great, but was I satisfied? No. Was this yellowy, dead-looking grass good enough for me? Absolutely not. I set out on a quest trying literally everything under the sun to make this grass greener. There is a problem though, because the way that Minecraft biomes work is they are permanent. You cannot change this biome except by commands. And being that this is a hardcore world, I really don't have access to commands at all. I tried a ton of different methods, everything from glitching the game into thinking that it was a different biome, to glitching the grass blocks, to trying to get the grass blocks to replicate physics like sand in the hopes that maybe when a falling block is falling, it doesn't register the texture all the way. I tried a lot of different things to no avail. And then I remembered something very, very cool. Maps. If you put down a map, it will take basically a screenshot looking down as a bird's eye view of the ground in front of you. This changed everything, okay? With the map, I could theoretically build out a giant grass looking block, put a map down, take a screenshot of that grass block, and I could just spread it around on the floor, make a ton of copies of that map, making it look like it was a grass block. As it turns out, however, this method was very flawed, as Minecraft has very limited blocks that are available to me in the desert. There are a lot of things that I just don't have access to at all in the desert, things that don't spawn naturally, and there's just no realistic way of getting. And it's way too hard to rely on the trader for giving me any consistent block counts. It looks okay. It doesn't look great. It looks kind of like cheap wool. Wait, wool? What the heck am I doing? Why don't I just put green carpet everywhere? That would look so much better. Although, did I want to do that? No. Why did I not want to do that? Because I don't have sheep. Sheep do not spawn in the desert, okay? There's just no feasible way of getting that much wool. The only way that I would be able to get sheep at all is through these village spawns, and that's just super unreliable, just not at all a great way to do it, which, yeah, I could do, but it would take forever. Then it came to me. The solution to all my problems. The way to get around the ugly-looking yellow dead grass. Moss. Moss, as it turns out, spreads to other blocks around, meaning that I only really need one block for it to spread everywhere. And I thought, oh my god, this makes everything so much easier. It's all so simple now. I just need to get one moss block. Except it's not actually quite that simple. As it turns out, moss does not spread on sand, gravel, anything that spawns naturally in the desert. And so I thought, cobblestone, great. Nope, doesn't spawn on cobblestone either. It has to be any natural spawning stone or dirt. I started mining a crap ton of stone, guys. All right, a ridiculous amount. I spent hours in the quarry just mining and mining and mining. Underground, sweating, working, bringing home the bacon. All I needed to do was figure out a very fast way to smelt all of my cobblestone that I had been mining into stone. And I needed to do it fast because I wanted to get this done. I wanted a beautiful, lush, green oasis in the middle of this infinite desert. There was, a few different options. I could sit and have 45 furnaces running all at once, but that would be insane to manage all by myself. So I decided to do some research, and I found a YouTube video. I'll link it in the description. I don't remember who does it, but I'll give credit down below. This is one of the fastest quick smelters that I've ever seen in production. So I built one really quick, and by really quick, I mean it took forever to get the materials because this game hates me. And after that, it wasn't so bad because I just kind of let the minecart go around and do its thing, and just all I had to do was fill in the coal. And then I remembered something. I had a silk touch trading villager in my village, and I thought, you know what, let me just cut out the middleman of this whole smelter thing and let me just go enchant my pickaxe. Why I didn't do this from the start, I couldn't tell you. Honestly, it was kind of dumb. I went and enchanted my pickaxe with silk touch, and that just made the process way faster because now I was only mining natural stones, which could go down directly onto the sand, preparing it for the moss block. It was around this time too that I decided I wanted to do some exploring and see if maybe that I could find a natural way to get a moss block without waiting for the wandering villager, because he was taking so long to come back. I was getting a little impatient. I decided, you know what, let me just walk around and explore. There's a chance I could find a lush cave. They do spawn into the desert. I just haven't seen one yet. So I started walking around, started doing my thing, and then all of a sudden I found a wandering trader. And what did he have? Saplings. We have trees. That is incredible news. I don't think I've been more excited yet on this series at all. Okay, this is massive. We now have a renewable wood resource. They're cherry trees. They're pink. The wood's pink, but you know what? It's wood. You know what? I probably would have preferred anything other than cherry trees, except for acacia, because acacia sucks. Was that good enough for me? No. I needed more. Now I was rolling in the Benjamins, okay? I had saplings. I had an infinite supply of wood. The world was at my fingertips. My oasis was coming together all in a beautiful, sweet symphony, except they were cherry blossom saplings. I'm not a huge fan of the cherry blossom saplings. They look nice and all. However, I want oak. Beggars can't be choosers, so I'm going to take what I can get. Now I just had to continue the infinite task of covering the world with stone. To the people who say Minecraft is grindy and too repetitive, you clearly have not mined 3,000 blocks of stone back to back. You don't even know the meaning of the word. Quick side note, I'm sure that a lot of you noticed that the texture pack has changed all of a sudden halfway through the video. That's because I forgot that this was kind of the staple of my channel way back a couple years ago, so I figured I'd bring that back. The only additions that I have made are the bare bones texture pack as well as fresh animations mod, which is why all of the mobs are looking way more animated and way more close to how they do in the trailers. Oh, that guy's about to die. I should probably help him out, but I'm not going to do that because we have things to do. At this point, there really wasn't a whole lot to do other than just wait around for the wandering trader to come back and bring me that long desired moss block. So in the meantime, I decided to get busy. The first thing I decided to take care of was the villager population, because as you can see around here, there haven't been a whole lot of villagers, and I started to notice this. I started to realize, hey, wait a second, where'd everyone go? So I did some digging, and it turns out that pretty much 99% of the entire population of the village has fallen down the massive cave in front of me. So this is not good, okay? Rule number one of a village, you need villagers. So I started a little side project that I like to call Operation Repopulation, and it involved the creation of the birthing house, and it looks amazing if I do say so myself. Top stories just for me. But in the basement, I've got a bunch of beds laid out for the villagers to procreate and repopulate the whole village. I got to work by bringing in the last two villagers, which took quite a bit of work as well with the minecarts and getting some rails going just to get them inside of my little birthing chamber room. And in the meantime, they need a place to stay as well outside of the birthing chamber. So I got to work on a little apartment style building. Everything else was in the way, so I actually had to start by taking down the entire village because it's time for this village to get an upgrade. As long as I'm just busy taking down the whole village, this is an excellent time to talk to you about the option of subscribing to the channel. All right, if you made it this far in the video, I assume you've been enjoying it so far, so I'd really appreciate it if I get your subscription as well as a like on the video, and comment down below if you want to see more. Once I had gotten rid of the village, I had plenty of space to start work on that apartment complex for my villagers, and it actually came out pretty good in my opinion, although still not a huge fan of the cherry blossom wood, but I mean, hey, I'll take what I can get. As it turns out though, covering even just a small portion of the sandy terrain with stone was way more difficult than I was anticipating, because the amount of stone required to cover even just a small portion of desert is absurd. I would go through my entire pickaxe almost all the way in just a matter of maybe an hour or so of mining in the quarry, and after that, you know, I would then wait for my XP to replenish a little bit by killing some mobs and go at it again. After some time though, I began to realize, you know, this is taking way too long. I needed a way to maximize the output of this process. So I thought, hey, what better way to speed this up than make a little mob farm? I've never done it before, but I see it everywhere. I see it online. I've seen my friends do it. So how hard can it be? Very hard is the answer, okay? The amount of materials to build this thing is insane. I'm trying to find a place where I want to build this mob farm. It has to be way up in the sky. I mean, it should be, because the way that Minecraft works when spawning mobs is it's going to try to find any block that a mob could possibly spawn on. And so the idea of going high up is that you eliminate all other blocks so that basically it forces the game to spawn all the mobs inside of your mob farm. I'm going to follow Waddle's tutorial. He does a really great mob farm, and I'm not going to reinvent the wheel. It's not like I'm plagiarizing or anything. I'm not going to pass it off as my own farm. It's just a really good design. So anyway, check out this really cool mob farm I came up with all on my own. Didn't look up any tutorials, no videos, no nothing. All right. The XP output is just phenomenal. In all seriousness though, this mob farm is fantastic. All right. I've gotten to level 41 just by AFKing for a few minutes at a time, then coming back and killing these guys. And yeah, probably head back to my base down there. As you can see, it's looking phenomenal. It looks like Area 51. That's not the point, all right? Because as Mark Twain once said, the secret to getting ahead is getting started. Quick update, by the way. Operation Repopulation, as you can see, is going smoothly. It is a success. We've gone from 2 all the way back up to like 6 villagers, so we're making headway. I understand that biologically, the genetic pool that I'm working from is not quite where we want it to be, but beggars can't be choosers. Oh well. The nice thing about this farm too is it also drops music discs, which is awesome. Not that I have a way to listen to them yet, but you know, music discs, bows, all the mob drops are just, I've got stacks of arrows, you guys. This is insane. This is an armory, not to mention stacks of bones, which is going to be essential. I was already trying to figure out how exactly I would have enough bone meal to use on the moss, because once I do get that moss block, I'm gonna have to use a lot. And I know I had some bone blocks from before, but eventually that is gonna run out. So it's a really good thing that we built this farm, because this thing is great. Oh yeah. It's beautiful. Look at that amazing monolith of a thing. It kind of works as a good beacon though too to see where I am because it's so high up there, and with distant horizons I could see it from pretty much forever. The amount of grinding that was needed for that thing was insane, by the way. Like, there was so many trapdoors needed. Go watch Waddle's tutorial, you'll see. It's something like 70 trapdoors per level, and I've got 3 levels. It's a really good thing that I got these cherry blossom trees going just because of the amount of wood that I just used. Just finished grinding at the mob grinder, and now it is time to go and enchant my pickaxe with a little bit higher efficiency and then get back to mining some stone. That's crazy. Goodbye XP. That was like probably a solid hour of grinding at the mob farmer too. Gone in like 2 seconds. Let's go back to the quarry. Let me show you guys just how much I've been mining too, because this is insane. All right, this is over the last few weeks. I've been mining quite a lot, and the quarry has gone up in size like nobody's business. All right, look at this. Not just this. All right, you can go down here too. And not just this either, but we can go down here too. And not just that either, but, you know, it goes back this way as well. When I say I've been mining stone, I hope you believe me, because, oh my god, the amount of stone is insane. I didn't realize how much grinding this whole task was going to take, but holy crap. After I finished filling up my inventory with stone again, I went back, placed it all, and then decided, hey, you know what? I need a pond. So I picked this nice little area, got to work really hard, filled it up with some water, and bada bing, bada boom, you have a beautiful, nice, tranquil pond. I'm thinking Zen garden. I don't know yet though, we'll see. But hey, it looks pretty good. And now we're just gonna lay out our sugarcane over there by the pond that we finished and get it planted in. He's back. Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, the time has come. Wandering trader, what do you got? I literally haven't seen this guy in like a week, and this is what he brings me. Not one good thing. I really want to kill him. I really want to kill him. It's ridiculous. You know what? I'm sorry, man, but hey, you're dead. I waited so long just to get ice and dye offered to me. You've got to be joking. Unfortunately, the trader this time didn't bring me anything that I was hoping for, but there's always next time. All right, you guys, that's going to wrap up today's video. If you guys like the video, make sure that you subscribe, comment, like, you know, all that stuff that I always tell you about. And yeah, we'll see you next time. That's it. Bye.